right, here we go, y'all. Hey, everybody, we're live back here. This is Randomness. I'm your host, Eldridge, and welcome to TeaKettle Topics. And tonight, you need to have a sip and a seat. Mm-hmm. All right, so what was the video you was just looking at that we was all heated about?
That was the baby.
What happened?
He smacked his fan in the face.
A fan?
A fan. But everybody that knows him knows that he's very controversial, and he just be putting his hands on people, not women, but like men. Like he beat up a promoter. He got arrested in Charlotte because he beat up a promoter who wouldn't pay him all his money. And it was another situation where he had to choke up a valet person because he told them not to take pictures of him, and he did, and he got upset. But this person had her phone in his face. Can I demonstrate on you, sister?
Okay, go for it, girl. I want to see that.
Wait. Let me sit on my hands.
Make sure you in the frame. Everybody on me because I want to see that.
So the girl was recording as he was walking past, and she hit him in the face with her phone.
Wait.
And as a reflex, you got it?
Yeah, you was out of the frame a little bit, but I saw it.
Y'all see it?
Okay, yeah, we see it.
So she hit him in the face with her phone.
Okay.
And he backhanded her, but like a punch.
Ooh.
In her face.
Whoa.
And kept walking. But he explained it to be that he just, can you see me?
Yeah, we got you.
He missed all this thickness out. He explained it to be a reflex, like because the man been shot at and all that.
Let me tell you, somebody knocked me in the face. I'm a reflex too,
right? But it didn't look hard. It just like she was recording him. Right? No, I'm saying the girl that was recording. You can tell that she was recording, and maybe he turned his face. And it came in contact.
Well, that meant your phone is too close to my face.
Thank you. You know about the 12 inch violation, okay?
It was close. And he was trying to hold his head down as he was walking through the crowd. So I agree that he didn't know who he was hitting. I see that from the video.
Okay.
Because his head was down and his bodyguards are on the side of him. But she just got right in that little gap between one bodyguard and another bodyguard and put it up. He did like this and like backhand her hard.
Oh. Yeah.
So everybody's saying he needs to be canceled. He always putting his hands on somebody.
No, he don't need to be canceled. Right. And fans need to realize that just because they are famous don't mean you get to invade their personal space.
Right.
But then when you become famous,
back the fuck up out of people's space bubble.
When you become famous, are you giving up that personal space?
No, you're not.
That is like saying a pregnant woman gives up the right to her own belly because people want to rub on it.
Yep, that's right.
I'm a human being. Nobody has a right to touch me ever.
I mean, as a celebrity, you give up a certain portion of your privacy.
Pictures are fine, videos are fine, whatever you see me do. I don't care about your recording stuff, but you shouldn't be
to the
point that you're invading
in my space.
Celebrity or not, space bubble is yours.
I can understand it. And these celebrities are wilding, and it's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on.
And you already know he crazy.
I know.
And after, you know what? After what happened to Nipsey, I don't blame him for not letting people want to get up close to him because the person that killed him was the person that actually knew him. The person who stabbed Dr. King was somebody who got up close and knew who he was.
So there's just one.
Yes, I was going to say,
be real careful. It's always somebody.
Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
He had a house full of people. He the only one that
died. A house full of
people,
and he's the only one that died. And when did I tell you I had a dream about how it happened? Oh my God. Okay, so it was a regular Wednesday.
Okay, it was come on, break it down.
No, it was 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yes. Okay, I was
65, partly cloudy.
Yes. I was taking a nap, and I love Pop Smoke. I like every song I'm in it. I love Pop Smoke because I talked about it on the show before that he reminded me of somebody, whatever. Right. So I was sleeping, and when I tell you I was in the house that it happened, watching the scenario with him as it happened, and I kid y'all not, right hand up to God, this man said to me, I shouldn't have trusted him. Whoever it was.
Is this in a dream?
This was in a dream.
Okay, your dream.
This was in my dream.
Okay.
And the scenario was playing out, and whoever was supposed to protect him, the person came to me in the form of a police officer. It was a police officer inside the house.
So somebody that you would trust.
Yes, that you're supposed to. It's supposed to protect you. So I assume that to mean a bodyguard. So the man went out the front door as these people were coming in the back door, and Pop Smoke was the only one in the kitchen, and they shot him. In the dream, he said to me, I shouldn't have trusted him. And I said, you cannot blame yourself for trusting somebody that you thought was in your life to protect you and be there for you. You can't blame yourself for that. But I had a dream about that. But that just shows that you can't trust nobody. So I understand why he don't want people in his personal space. The man been shot at. He been robbed. All of this stuff that happened to him. I don't blame him.
Yeah, because he want to keep both of them 2 chains.
But if you know he's known for popping off, why even put yourself in that situation? Because you're trying to get either quick money.
Yep.
So I know he gonna go off on
cloud chases, quick money.
You know what I'm saying?
Quick money. Yep.
Quick money. That's a quick lawsuit because he gonna settle it out of court or whatever. Just to get you out my face. You know what I'm saying?
You got the video for her to win.
But she gonna win because of the history that he has of just being
popping off.
But at the same time, like, it doesn't matter what history you have. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter whether it was an accident, no matter what. When she bopped him in the face, whether it was a tap, she touched his person.
Yeah,
I would have reacted too. I maybe wanted to backhand it, but I very much would have reacted. So I'm sorry. I don't care if it was a woman, a man. I mean, I'm joking when I say this, or a baby. But if somebody bonks me in the head,
it's a reaction.
I'm going to react too, because I'm going to think, especially if you've been in a position where you've been robbed, you've been jumped, you've been beat up. If somebody hits you in the head, you're going to react.
What's the purpose of security?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of the security?
Right.
Well, security can't be everywhere at all.
That's why I pay you to be here everywhere, every time.
But if you're you're out my security. There's still room in front of me. There's room behind me. So how do you secure a man 100% when you don't have him covered 100%? It doesn't matter how much you pay.
But you're walking, and when you look at it, you look at the security. It is what it is. Like in your dream, you said I shouldn't have trusted him. I mean, aside of being the president and having Secret Service, which it's their job to fucking die for the president.
Right.
I'm sorry, but even if you're loyal as fuck. Most security, I mean, there are some that are loyal to their bosses, take their job seriously. Most of them ain't gonna fucking die for this person. They just are not. So even if somebody is coming in, if it's immediate danger, the average person is gonna move.
We getting out the way.
Right after me.
Well, that's our take on that, huh? So. Maybe we could.
But I mean, like,
too, just get a couple.
The baby said it though.
But, hey.
You know why these bitches love me? Because baby don't give a fuck.
His words.
His words. I don't know.
I couldn't protect nobody.
It
is what it is. I'm like, oh, she hit you. Damn, what was that? You were standing right there. Damn, what's that?
Got your own video. That wasn't me.
Not so blind who would not see.
Look.
Are we doing TeaKettle?
Yeah, let's grab.
Y'all know we get the talking crazy.
Come on, grab a few out of there. Let's just get to it. Because
shake it up.
You need to have a sip in the seat. In any case, keep your hands to yourself.
Is this that one?
Let me see. You know I can't see.
Oh,
which one is it?
It's the baby
one.
Go ahead. We going for it.
We done talking about duh baby. Now we done talking about
baby. Oh, baby. Okay, go for it.
Read it, sister.
I'm trying. You can't even throw yourself.
This is so wrong. So wrong, but I'm going to read it.
Hey, it came out on Facebook.
A friend or family member has a baby that is visually challenged to look at. The baby's face is still buffering. What do you say?
I be like, oh. That baby got some cute lips.
He's so big.
Oh, that's a baby.
Right.
That's fine. Ooh,
well, for me, I don't know.
He's got such a cute outfit on.
Even ugly babies to me are beautiful. So I can say that I would say the baby is beautiful, especially if it's not one of the babies that's crying all day long and just aggravating me. it's different for me.
I think
It's
ugly
different for
babies
me.
look like little old men.
Yeah, I don't talk about people's kids. I ain't got no kids.
It's
yet,
different for me. So I can tell you your baby looks beautiful and actually mean it, even when your baby look like
a clown.
Like it's challenged.
Yes.
There's a challenge.
Like he got a comb.
It quite rolled into that face
like
in the body.
And like,
I mean, babies can't help the way they come out. So
That's true.
to respond in that way towards a child, I think is why they grow up with these self-images that people, you know what I'm saying? So my frame of thought is completely different when it comes to babies and the way I react to a child.
I think those are people who talk about other people's kids and not ours.
That's true.
You can't come at the baby, but you can damn sure come at the mama.
Yeah.
Like, why your baby look like that? I'm mad at you. What the hell is she doing?
And where's the baby daddy at so I can compare the two? Like, which part of you?
Was you smoking cigarettes? Like, why does it look like that?
How much did you drink?
Did you bang yourself up against the wall? Belly first.
They wrong.
We are wrong.
Hey, I'm past them years. I ain't got to worry about it.
I ain't got to worry about it.
That would be like immaculate conception.
Look, I need to shut up.
She's the one that's still in childbearing ages.
Look, because
I should shut up too because I don't want to have ugly grandbabies someday. So like
it'll get
my
you
grandchildren are already. I've got them already. There's cute kids.
It's impossible for my kids to have ugly kids because my kids are beautiful.
Yeah, they are. I've seen them both. All right, who pulled the first one? Dar pulled it. It's on you, Allie.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's see what we got.
Have a sip and a seat, people. Remember.
If you take care of a man, is he your child? See you at the crib. Now, it depends on the circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
If you have always taken care of this man,
if he's your baby boy,
yeah, he better have the dishes done by the time you get home from work or else. Now, if this is your man and that's an agreement you have, well then, stupid for you. Now, if this is your man and times are tough and that's what's happening in life, then that's what the fuck you do is you look out for each other when times are hard.
You do.
And that's the circumstance of it. If that's, like you have something together and he lost his job, hell yeah, you take care of your man because that's what partners do. Mm-hmm. But if it's just simply this dude moved in with me, he has no aspiration to ever get a job and he's just living with me, then sorry to say it, but you's a dumbass bitch.
Okay.
But why you let him move in if he ain't had no job?
Because you's a dumbass bitch.
But some people like to keep they D in house.
They let him move in for the in-house.
Okay.
So it may not be the child. It's just he's just moved in for the in-house.
Convenience. And people sometimes feel like, if he live with me, then I know what he doing, and he ain't out there doing nobody else.
That's not true.
Did you work today?
That ain't true. Did I work?
I'm asking, did the lady work today?
Right.
Remember, baby boy?
Did you go to the store?
Go to the store? Did you go to the bathroom? Because
did you go to sleep?
On the phone? Whatever.
Yes.
I look at it like this. It depends on the circumstances. And the reason why I say that is because for me, I've been through so many different economic downturn turns with Reaganomics where it was just crazy to find jobs. We went through that, the oil crisis, right? And things were shutting down. Then we went through Reaganomics with the interest rates and factories closing and moving to Mexico and things like that. So you may be in a situation where either one of you or both of you are gainfully employed and then your company decide to move to Mexico.
Right.
And that person may not be in a situation. You have all these different isms that impact whether or not someone is able to get a job. First of all, you have sexism. So as women, it's hard. Then you put someone who's colored, then you got racism. Then you have ageism. Then you have people's ideologies of limitations on someone because they may have some type of a disability of sorts. Mm-hmm. So you couple anybody comes in to those situations with maybe 2 or 3 of those things, and they just now ran into economic turbulism, because the ageism, anybody over the age of 40 is in a protected class. If someone has a disability, protected class, sex, obviously, You think about gender classes, all of this stuff that's going on. So there's a lot of detriments or things that can come up against a person that can put you in a situation where you're out of a job. And I think the thing is that I think we had this conversation before, is that our definition of value of what someone brings to the table can change at that point. Because if you were paying for certain services outside of the home, now you have the ability to maybe that person adapt and provide those services. It might be childcare, it may be maintenance around the house, and maybe social services such as food, cooking, and things like that. So this is how you look at the value of someone is bringing to the relationship.
We also can't be biased because we live in a time where gender roles have changed. So like, it's acceptable to be a stay-at-home mom. Fluidity. So why is it not acceptable to be a stay-at-home dad? It's acceptable for a woman to be the CEO. You know what I'm saying? Which that back then was not the norm, or that didn't exist at all.
But the woman was expected to be cooking, taking care of kids, and doing household duties. I think this is saying that he's the one.
Oh, he ain't doing nothing.
Right. I mean, for me, like, I completely agree when it comes to any type of partnership. I totally believe in stay-at-home dads. If the mother or the woman is out working a full-time job and that's their agreement, and he doesn't have a job and he takes care of the kids, I mean, that is completely cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
Even if you don't have children, there are certain things around the house that you can do that can bring value to the home, because it's not always about children. Because there's some people that decide that they are going to be in a relationship and they're not going to have children, but then catastrophe still does strike. So how do you manage that?
I mean, I guess I took the question more as like, you know, some dude that has no job, you decide to move him in and he's just sitting around all day with no job.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I took that
game.
question. You know what I mean? Playing video games and, you know, like,
but what if somebody
eating up all my fruit snacks?
And they normally weren't that. Couldn't that, remember we talked about mental health, the aspect of mental health. So sometimes the what I'm thinking of is the whole shock. If you ever been downsized in your job, I've been downsized twice in my career. The shock of losing your job and not feeling connected to something, it causes all kind of depression in people. It causes anxiety. It's shame and it's fear, because when you have those other things that might impact, you start to look at yourself a different way when you're not connected to stuff. So
but
you may not be able to go right out right
I think
away.
Those are all circumstances which come in, like, with you understanding a partner. If you know, like, because depression is a real thing. It is debilitating. But like I said, I took it as simply just like, hey baby, can I move in? And like, you ain't shit. I mean, I you know what I mean? Like, not doing shit, not like being part of the household, not taking care of things, not, you know, being, you know, an active role in doing something or contributing in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So it's open to interpretation, because all of those things, losing a job, depression, you know, medical, all of those things are circumstances in which case, you know, if you're a couple or your partners, of course you support your partner. Of course you know, you don't just, because they don't have a job, you don't just disregard them or see them as a child. I mean, that's still a man that is quite capable. It's just circumstances that are happening. And that's very much that has to be understood.
But if you have the same circumstance at every single job that you go to, that there's a common denominator.
Right, exactly. That's what it is.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference of a man that's like putting in effort to do something and somebody that's just sitting around and enjoying the free ride. Now, somebody that's enjoying the free ride, sorry, but this ride isn't free. Somebody that's struggling and desperately wants to help themselves and needs help, you know what I mean? Whether it's a partner or something, like, good for you. Though, somebody that's willing to help themselves, then they deserve a helping hand.
Have you ever just wanted to take a break though? After working so long, have you ever just wanted to take a break? Because I can tell you that's how I feel now. Is like, I don't want to necessarily retire, but I kind of need a break from just some of the things about corporate right now with everything that's going on.
I take a break once a month.
Well, yeah, because you had 5 days off in a row. But I mean, like, being honest, does anybody ever have, though? Is it just me?
No, it happens. You need the mental break away from it, and some people don't know how to take. Even if you don't go anywhere, just to be able to take a step back and take yourself out of the role that you're in. Like me, I'm always all over the place because I get bored and I'm like a little all over the place.
But
I
that's
drive
okay.
people crazy because of that. But
yeah, I think
I
it's
do.
just really important to remember that we can't push our values off on other people, because when you look from the outside looking in, you don't really know what's going on in that relationship. And what we might see is the person sitting at home playing video games might be one thing to us, but maybe he already did everything and he was really efficient, and that's his escape in order to be able to cope with all the other things. The fact that the person isn't in the role that they were in and those types of things. And
I don't think it's the video games that's the issue. It's the fact of not doing anything that we were talking about. It wasn't so much as focusing on somebody sitting and playing video games, because I mean, I sit on my phone and play games.
That
could it be that the person
basically, if that's all you do,
you have to think you have to see the value in what that person is doing and why they're doing
if
what they're
this
doing.
is their wind down time, leave them in their wind down time without the nagging of it.
I have to explain that now to people that come into my life at this point, because I've been in school all my life.
And you need a
so
break.
This is my life. So when I come home, I don't do nothing but watch TV, because I'm like, I haven't ever been able to do this.
I went through that.
So I think people, and sometimes they're like, girl, you always watching TV, or you always doing it.
You need to
but
do
you
mindless
don't know that I had never had a break. I literally spring, summer, fall, I did all of it. So it's like now I'm at a point. So if it's something like that, I think that's fine. But
I think your brain does tell you when you need to take a break, and I think that for all of us, I remember somebody saying, man should know his limitations, because if he doesn't, God knows them all. And at some point, if your body is going to give out and it's going to shut down. So what are you doing to make yourself feel good every day? All right, well,
I take a vacation every 30 days.
I know that's right. I'm going to be right there with you on April the 9th. We're going to be on the Proud Bird with the Golden Tail. Vegas, baby. Well, on that note, we want to say thank you for tuning in to TeaKettle Talk. We hope you had a sip and a seat. Be sure to subscribe to Voices Randomish on the YouTube channel.
Oh, before I forget.
She has to show you her.
Shout
out to
Wood the Barber.
Wood the Barber.
Capers. Check this out. It's bad.
Where your cut is always precise. That's Capers Barbershop, 203 North Richmond Street here in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Thank you, Wood.
Tell Wood that Alice sent you. God, I forget my own sister's name. All right.
Love you, sister.
All right. Love you too, babes. All right, you guys. See you next week. Bye now.
Bye.
Oh, God.